Well, there's always a question about what you define as success from an artistic perspective. There's a businessman called Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's written a number of books. And in one part of one of his books, he presents a philosophy, and the philosophy is that one is better than none. One is better than none. And what does that mean? He said that talking to one person is better than talking to nobody. And he said, whatever your business is, if you have a long-term vision, you have to understand that talking to one person is better than talking to nobody. And so you can't ever expect success. If success happens, then it happens. That's it. But you can't ever expect it as something that's going to be. All you can do is work on the principle of one is better than none. And one is better than none. So even talking to one person or presenting your art to one person or having your art seen by one person is an opportunity. I'll give you my philosophy. It's a very simple philosophy. We are all prostitutes. That's my philosophy. We are all prostitutes. And that means we all sell ourselves. In our lives, we have to sell ourselves. We have to sell our skills, our abilities, our knowledge, our experience, to get a job, to find a partner, to get anywhere, to do anything. We have to sell ourselves. If we don't sell ourselves, nobody's going to come and give us everything that we want. No one's going to say, oh, hello down there. You're not doing anything. Okay, here's everything for you. You know, we have to sell ourselves. We have to learn to sell ourselves, and so we have to understand that we ourselves are products. And when you understand that we ourselves are products, and you understand how business works, then business is 10% product, 90% marketing on average. 10% product, 90% marketing. Yeah. So I mean, if you time factor that, and you have to time factor it because life is time, right? Life is just time. It's all we have. And so when you understand that this is a general business rule used by most people. The product is 10%, marketing is 90%. So factor that into time. Just take an average day. Let's say you work 10 hours of the day, right? Some people work more, some people work less. So let's take 10 hours of the day. 1 hour is creative time. That's your creation time. The other 9 hours, you should be marketing. The other 9 hours. Now, if you spend 1 week in creation, you need to then spend the next 9 weeks in marketing, in order to get your message out, whatever it is that you're selling, which is an extension of yourself, because what you're selling is you. People don't buy products; they buy experiences. They don't buy art; they buy people. Right? You don't buy the I don't know, the David Bowie music album because of the music that's on the album. You buy it because it's David Bowie, right? You don't buy the Leonardo da Vinci painting because of the painting. You buy it because it's Leonardo da Vinci. You buy into a piece of the person, and so we all sadly tend to fail in the marketing area where we don't sell ourselves or even work on selling ourselves as much as we should or we could. And we suffer the results, right? We suffer the results of it. And we all expect things to come much quicker and faster than they should, and to be honest, nothing good ever really comes quickly. So, and that which appears quickly disappears quickly. So, right, that's what it's easy come, easy go, right? The people that enter your life very quickly and suddenly will leave your life very quickly and suddenly, probably. So, Yeah, it's a generalization, but in general it's true. And there's a great question about art. How much is art really worth? What is the true value of art? And nobody wants to be honest about this. Nobody wants to be honest about this, but the honest truth is the value of your art is what someone will pay for it. If someone will not pay for your art, then your art has no value to anyone else in the world except you. Now, that's great that your art has value to you. That's fantastic. But you can't expect to sell it if nobody else sees the value in it that you see in it, if it's not practical. And people... The market regulates what succeeds and what fails. 9 out of every 10 new businesses fail in the first year, and that aggregate of the of the 10% that are successful at the end of the first year, only 10% of the 10% will be there after 5 years, which means that 99 out of all 100 businesses fail in the first 5 years. Yeah, so in that period of, in the first, and then you've got 5 to 10, and there's only 1% of businesses left after 10 years. 99% of all businesses fail for sure over a period of 10 years. Now, when you understand that, and you're trying to sell yourself, you look around yourself at the other 100 people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, and ask yourself, why me and not them? Right? Why should I be successful and they fail? Why? Because if you're not doing much more than everybody else, if your work is not bigger, if it's not giving more to people, if it's not more creative, more constructive, if it's not more progressive, if people are not getting something out of it, then you're not going to get anything back ever, because you belong to the 99% of people who are going to fail, because there's only a tiny group of little people who are successful over a long period of time. Hundreds of thousands of music groups are formed every year. Only one is successful. Only one is successful and survives over a longer period of time. And this is the nature of art. Hundreds of thousands of people write books every day. Why should your book be successful? Hundreds of thousands of people paint paintings. Why should your painting be successful? What makes your painting different? What makes it more? And and there's why? Yeah, why? And that the answer is the marketing answer. The answer is why, because then you're selling. Right, then you're selling your philosophy, your idea. If there was no movement of Cubism, nobody would have bought any of Picasso's paintings because they were ugly and schizophrenic, basically. At the beginning, there was not much to understand. I mean, he took Impressionism to a new level by mixing African art forms into Impressionistic ideas, and that was it. That. People are looking for a deeper meaning in everything. There isn't one. A deeper meaning came later when other people took those forms to another level. People like Braque, I think, took Picasso's work to another level, and then they ended an abstract mathematical relationship, postmodernist mad world, which was kind of the result of that. Didn't really go anywhere. But why?
If they like it and buy it. If
Mm-hmm.
they don't like it, they don't buy it. If it feeds them into interior, they not. They don't.
Yeah. Well, that's a misunderstanding. You see, your husband doesn't realize that people are not buying the picture; they're buying a piece of him, and they want to know which piece of him that they're buying. They don't want the picture just for the picture. They part of the reason for wanting the picture is because he painted it, and they have some kind of connection, some kind of emotional relationship with the artist, or empathy with the artist, and they need this reassurance that everything is okay. Because in my experience, and it's sort of an argument I have with people, I think that a lot of people decide they want to buy something long before they buy it. The decision about buying the product is made before you enter the shop, and what happens in the shop is just the final piece of a big puzzle of things that have happened. And all that needs to happen is that the process of buying needs to be made as simple and as easy as possible. But people usually have decided that they want something. They've got a vision in their head of what they want before before the moment that they buy it. It's like when someone goes to the concert, they almost have decided before the concert if the concert is going to be good or not, because they've made this decision in their head. I bought the ticket, I've invested the money, I have to travel to get there, I'm gonna have the concert's gonna be great, I'm gonna have a great time. And so they make the result of the concert could be terrible, but they'll still tell themselves that they had a great time, because I think they make the decision in advance, and the only thing that's left at the end is for this little bit of the sort of feedback loop of information that they're doing the right thing. You know, you go to the concert and other people are there at the concert. Okay, that's a feedback loop of information that other people agree with you. When you want to buy the painting, you've obviously got your idea, but you want more from the source. You want to see what the source has to say, because you can take that and integrate that into your idea, and you can use it. And if someone says it's whatever you want it to be, it's difficult.
People buy artist products not with emotion, but with the story that
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we don't buy and sell products. We buy and sell stories, and everything is a story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's life is a story. Everything is sold on the principle of a story or an idea connected to that. The Bible is a collection of stories. That's what it is. It's a collection of stories. They might or might not be true. Some of the information is changed. Some of it is lost. Some of it we have to fill in the spaces that with what we don't know. But it's a collection of stories, and as a result, is extremely powerful, and it's fueled Christian society in the West for the last 2,000 years. It's extremely powerful, because what is important is what is behind everything, the ideas, the philosophy, the psychology, and this is related to how we view things and how we remember things, not just how we see it, but how we remember it. How we remember it is related to the information. The information is stored in a store in our brain, and so we get story. The story helps us place the information in a special place in our brain, and it helps us communicate the idea to other people as well. And so if there's not a story connected to something, we don't find much interest in it, and we don't remember it. You know, what is a holiday? It's a story that you can tell people. It's a new experience. It's another chapter in the book of life. And so without these stories, we can't do much. And again, that's a huge part of the marketing, is giving people something to hold on to. And traditionally, down through history, stories are how we did that, whether it was in the written form or through songs that were taught by parents to their children, that had messages in them about life and morality and ethics and the right way to do things, or whether it was in religious context. But every culture has their stories. That the culture is built. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody went somewhere at some point in time, and as something happened, Muhammad went up the mountain to throw himself off and kill himself off, and he met God, or and so on. All all of these stories exist to sell us, I think, ideas that can hopefully make life a better place. So you don't just want the picture on your wall to be a picture. I mean, it's the question with art is it functional or is it not functional? You can, like this, you could say this monitor is a piece of art which is functional. So the function comes before the art, but if it looks nice, it's even better. Yeah. So if you have non-functional art, which is essentially something that you cannot use practically on a daily basis, it's then a luxury. And the question is then, why should you invest in a luxury? What is that going to bring into your life? Now, at the higher IQ, the higher level people see a value in that, but very often the average person has a problem because they can't see beyond their television screen. Yeah, their ideas don't extend much beyond tomorrow, basically, and they don't have a vision of like 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or their vision of the future is just the same as their vision of today, and so there's not going to be any progress, and the future belongs to those people who have a different vision of the future, for something different to exist, and the artists are part of that. Because the artist is attempting to create, I think, something which has not existed before, which is, which is original, which is very unique. But there's a huge question over functionality, and that functionality defines marketplace in the modern world. Because there's a lot of art in things like mobile phones. There's a lot of people don't think there is, but the positioning, the reactivity, the images, the how things flow. So definitely it's a kind of it's a modern kind of art, and so the marketplace is overflowing. So again, you have to ask yourself, what is this? What's the story behind what I'm doing? Why should people buy my piece of music? Why should people buy my book? Why should people come to my talk? Why should people, visit my gallery? And it's the end result is stories and a lot of hard work. It's promo about what is going on, with still no guarantee of success. And then you question, like, what is success? So it's hard. I mean, I sympathize with the artist because their craft is essential for a better quality of society. It's absolutely essential. I mean, art is you can't have culture without art. You can't have it. You can't have nice buildings without good design.
What does it reflect?
It reflects empathy. It reflects an ability to see the world through the eyes of another person. An ability to understand through the eyes of another person. That's what the art is. The art is the world through the eyes of another person. That's what you're selling, a vision that the buyer can't have the vision, so they buy the vision of the artist. Well, the art, David Bowie quote, the art is incomplete without the viewer or the listener.